So, hey guys, today we have an interesting case discussion, and uh, watch this video till end because a lot of information is going to come. I mean, these informations are so important which you need to learn and understand before you commit to anything. And this is important for those who are planning hair transplantation. This is important for those who have already done it once or twice or thrice or four times. Watch this video carefully because it has that information which you might not have any access to right till up till now. Okay, so watch the video till end. We have Mr. Roddy with us. Hi Roddy,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello.
So see, Mr. Roddy has got a transplant done earlier, uh, and he's here for some kind of repair. And obviously transplantation is a very common procedure these days and a lot of people get it done, but the problem here is when you get it done without understanding the limitations of current techniques and medications, you are going to land in trouble. And I think, Roddy, you at the time of transplantation when you got it done, you didn't have all those
Yeah,
informations.
definitely. I didn't had any.
Hmm. So even if you go to places, learn things, ask about, show your case, discuss your case, but even then it is not necessary that you will get access to this information which you are going to see now. Okay, so tell me, you have got a transplant done earlier. How many grafts did you get done, and what were the donor areas used?
Yeah, so I did my head transplant in 2018. Method was FUE, and it was total 4,000 approximately grafts, including beard, hair, body hairs, including underarms and all.
Underarms,
Yeah,
chest,
chest and all,
beard,
beard and all,
and scalp.
scalp. Yeah,
All FUE.
all FUE.
Okay, all
Yeah.
FUE. Good. So, so you got the surgery done, and afterwards, like when the results started coming, and did you see the result that way which you expected?
Yeah, actually, to be frank, like initial during those days, like there was very limited, kind of knowledge that, or or probably the videos that we could just rely on. So I had no idea even after what kind of density they have implanted, and what would be the result of that. I was just relying on whatever after the head, and I was just waiting for the release. They told me like you will be having a shedding phase, so I was just waiting for that 3-4 months. And I started seeing those hairs coming out. And initially I was very happy because okay, in the front I had nothing, but at least I am seeing some hairs now. But after like 1 year and so it was like even though I had a hair transplant, but it was scanty. And that's where then it starts, your expectations keep adding more, like it would be better if could have get a good density. So yeah, so that was this realistic expectations started to wanted more kind of a density and all.
Hmm.
So that's
So planning. That
planning.
means
Yeah,
the planning went wrong.
went wrong. Yeah.
And what about medications? Did you use any medicine or discuss your medical aspect of transplant, post-transplant support? Did you
Yeah, I
discuss with
did
your doctor?
ask for any
Hmm.
medications and stuff
Hmm.
with the doctor, but
Hmm.
doctor said like when these other hairs grows without any medication, so we have implanted the same hair. So why do you need any medication? They don't require any medication. This is what the statement that was
Hmm.
given to me
Hmm. And
during that time.
what kind of perception about the longevity of transplant results you had at that point of time? Whether these hair are like going to stay forever or
Yes.
and remain the
Yeah.
same? They will maintain the same thickness throughout. What kind of perception you
Yeah,
had?
so the only this thing was given, assurity was given, was like see this, the hairs from the back of the donor area, this stays forever.
The
So
same way.
yeah, same way. So if we implant, we have just removed that from one place and we have migrated to the recipient area or whatever.
Hmm.
So it will stay like that.
Hmm.
So
So what is your experience now? So did the hair grow in that way?
No, I would say it grew like basically 50% it was a success, but 50% it was not a success.
Secondly, Since 2018, now it is 22.
Yeah.
So almost 3.5 to 4 years.
Yes. Yes.
So have you noticed any thinning of the transplanted hair?
May so, yeah.
Yes.
And also there have been stages where I have seen, the hair loss is very, like suddenly in any of the months you will see, like, uh, hairs are missing.
Missing, yes.
Yeah.
And then they come back also.
Come back
Yes,
also,
that's
yeah.
that's a natural cycle, hair cycle.
Yeah.
And secondly, the more important fact here is the reduction in thickness of transplanted hair. It thins out
Yes.
over a period of time. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
And did you notice any thinning in the donor area also
Yes.
over a period of
Yes.
time?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, did you discuss the other option of FUT at that point of time?
Never.
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 When there was so much paucity of grafts
Yeah.
and grafts were being taken even from the underarms, why not FUT?
Because what happened, initial discussion when with the doctor itself was a very renowned doctor, so he suggested me, like, he like, FUE is the only best now, latest and there is scarring issue and all, a lot of complex things happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you decided not to go for FUT at that point of time.
That option was never given to me.
Never given.
Yeah, never given.
And even if you discuss, then the thing was like it will leave a scar and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
So that's the general perception which people have about FUT
Yeah.
also. Now, the problem here is he has curly hair,
Yeah.
very curly hair, and extraction of curly hair, obviously going to that curly, obviously damages the grafts, and it is not easy to extract them intact. Sometimes they are broken, cut, and those transected grafts, even if we plant, they are not going to grow.
Yes.
And that's what happened in your case.
Yes.
So, obviously, FUT is a technology which people generally, you might have also heard that FUT is an old technique and we don't do this anymore because this is Baba Adam ke zamane ki technique and no one does it now. Who does it? Oh, FUT. Who does it? Who's it? यही सब सुनते हैं हम लोग. But that's not true. See, FUT, now in your case, since we have seen the donor now, FUT is the only option because we cannot do further FUE from that area.
Right.
So your surgeon should know both the techniques, FUT as well as FUE, because we'll just show you his donor and then you will understand why the knowledge of both techniques, not just the knowledge, not just by speaking it out, you actually have to work and spend, at least 7, 8 years, 10 years. I have spent almost 20 years now doing FUT and almost 15 14 13 14 years doing FUE now. Okay, so the problem here is people start having unrealistic expectations because they think that grade 6 grade 7 can be covered completely from front to back. That's what is being shown around. But do you guys know that mostly these results are boosted by finasteride, and when it works, and it works very well, you will see those results on the screen, on social media platforms, everywhere being flashed. And where the patient doesn't take it, or the medicine doesn't work that well, it doesn't work in every case, but when it doesn't work that well, you don't see those cases either. We were just discussing this.
Yes.
This fact, you told me that your surgeries don't fail.
Yeah.
Yes, they fail. Surgeries fail. My surgeries also fail, and I show them. See, what do you mean by failure? What can you expect from the surgeon? You expect from the surgeon whatever grafts he takes out, they should grow.
Yes.
They shall grow, and they shall grow to the same thickness, but they sometimes don't grow to the same thickness. I have one case which we have shown, Shaill Akhtar's case, where you'll find and understand this fact very clearly. If you haven't watched that, watch the whole series, you will understand these concepts. So, what happens, there is a phenomena of recipient dominance. Yes. So when you take out grafts and plant hair, the recipient grafts, they start acquiring the characteristics of the donor grafts start acquiring the characteristics of recipient side. So they tend to thin out. And if hair is thinning in the donor, there is no reason it won't thin hair. Now, if this was India, this is Bangladesh. Okay, so that means more hostile. Yes. So obviously
Yes,
more
definitely.
prone to thinning
Prone
hair
thinning hair.
than there. I have seen in my patients this thinning happening sometimes even in less than 6 months' time. It starts, and the transplanted hair don't grow. I mean, they grow very thin. You can see this case, Shivar Akhtar's case. All the pictures here are being flashed. You can see. So, in some patients, but it does not mean that every patient it is going to thin out. Every patient is unique. It does not mean that I straight away give 1 mg finasteride to all my patients. You can see what happened with Shivar Akhtar when we gave him zero point 0.5 mg 3 times a week medicine when we added after 10 months of surgery. So important thing is each case is unique. You are unique, your donor is unique, your needs are unique, and they have to be tailored and customized.
Yes.
But telling you everything, keeping your expectations on the ground.
Yeah.
If you expect that it is going to fill the entire thing
Yeah.
from front to back,
Yeah.
it is not going to happen.
Happen.
There are 30,000 hair from front to back. But when this medicine, miracle medicine, finasteride works, you see those miracles, and all the miracles are being flashed, showing that these are transplant results, and you believe it, that these are transplant results. You really believe it. You look at the hairlines, keep your expectations under check. Don't have unrealistic expectations from your doctor or from your donor. That's so important. Another question, you were asking me something. Yeah, please ask.
Yes. So now, as you said, like FUT is the best thing. So and people actually refrain. So why is it like maximum number of even other doctors also refrain from doing FUT, and especially they advertise more about the scarring thing. So it's only about the scarring thing that is there, or is there any other complex issues
I'll tell
also?
you.
Yeah.
See, what happens when I started my journey in 2002, we started with FUT and there was no FUE. So, FUT is a long learning curve. It has got a
Right.
long learning curve where you need to get hold of the surgical skills. You need a team of technicians who can cut the grafts, a different learning from FUE. And suppose if I work on FUT in some case, a team of 8 9 members is working on that patient, and I can divide this team of 8 9 members into 4 teams and do 4 FUE cases in one shot. So first of all, doctor has to devote time, to learn the technique, to learn this, and it will take at least 5 6 years. But who has time when they are earning money?
Mm.
Why would they like to invest time on that?
Mm.
Secondly, uh, it needs more infrastructure also, operating microscopes, etc. They are needed when you do FUT surgery. Thirdly, if not everyone has that skill. Many a times doctors are scared, they don't want to do the
Yeah.
surgery because they have not had any surgical learning experience during
Okay.
their post graduation
Okay.
or undergrad. They
Okay.
didn't have, so they just can't do that.
Okay.
डर जाते हैं, नहीं कर सकते,
नहीं कर
भाग जाते हैं.
Okay.
So these are the reasons. Now, when you don't do something, but and the concept is very simple. Now you have a very
Yeah.
almost kind of devastated donor. There
Yeah.
is almost nothing there,
Yeah.
and still I can do 2 to 3 FUTs in your case, and I
Mm.
can get some grafts.
Okay.
Suppose if I do FUE and from that area I extract all the remaining grafts,
Okay.
you will have this much big patch,
Right.
empty patch. So the FUE only surgeon cannot help you.
Okay.
But the irony is the FUE only surgeon cannot help himself also,
Okay.
because what else do you expect them to do? Rather than just saying, oh, this is old, and blaming the technique,
Technique.
and we don't do this anymore.
Yes.
And have you heard different names of FUT surgery?
No.
You must have heard of different names of FUE.
Yes.
Some are selling it,
Yeah.
saying this is direct
DH.
implant,
Yeah.
some saying
Bio
direct
FUE.
transplant, some are saying this is bio, some are
Yeah.
saying this is geo, some are
Yeah.
saying this is big, some are
Yeah.
saying this is
Yeah.
small,
Right.
some are saying this is perfect, some are
Perfect.
saying this is imperfect.
Perfect.
But don't you feel that, I mean, have you ever tried to understand what is the difference? I mean, how come so many modifications have all of a sudden mushroomed.
Yeah.
And what is the difference?
Right.
Everyone is saying that my technique is the best
Yes.
because this is, I have done this,
Right.
and this is something amazing and great which
Right.
no one else has ever thought of.
Right.
So have you ever given this a thought that what's going on and why not? ये बेचारा FUT को तो कोई बात ही नहीं करता इसके बारे में, इसके तो नाम रख, मतलब एक होता है ना घर में बच्चा पैदा होता है,
Yeah.
आप उसके 10-15 नाम रखते हो, बहुत प्यार करते हो,
Right.
और एक बच्चा है ये तो मुसीबत आ गया, इसको तो नाम देंगे ही नहीं, उसको तो कुछ भी. सो FUT ऐसा ही नेग्लेक्टेड बच्चा है बेचारा.
Right.
बट सी, तो आपने आपको कभी समझा, मतलब डिड यू एवर ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? कभी पूछा आपने कि जब भी आप, यू हैव विजिटेड मेनी क्लिनिक्स बिफोर कमिंग टू मी.
Yes, yes.
So yeah.
So every clinic had their
Own version.
theory, own version. Like some clinics said, like there is a timing, like less timing issue. Like as soon as they do extraction and implant at the same time, so grafts are not saying. So this is something that requires additional resource and additional expertise, and they ensure this kind of pattern they are using. Then other clinics said, like some clinics said they use special kind of solution, and
Okay.
yeah, so it could be some growth factors related solution. So that is why
Can
they
you check
come.
that? And does it really help?
So
I
that-
don't use any special
yeah.
solution, but my results are good.
Yeah. So
What else?
Yeah, so basically like these two major things,
Major.
like either or
Some
the way of
implanters, some
yeah,
different
some
special
implanters,
implanters,
yeah, some tools,
special forceps,
yeah, latest this
and
punches or anything.
and maybe the equipment's brought from US or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So, yeah, some different theories.
Different theories.
Yeah.
But you know the common denominator in all these is 1 mg finasteride. 1 mg finasteride which works.
Okay.
So all of them, whether they are getting it from Germany or they are getting it from US or they are getting it from Jhumpi Talaiya, all are same. All are same. Because the common denominator which is working behind the scenes, that is this medicine, finasteride.
Right.
And secondly, FUE remains FUE. The major limitation, you can choose 1 out of 3, and if this big area is your safe donor zone, and you can extract from that, so that means you can extract only 1/3 of it. As simple as that. But if I cut 3 strips, I use all of them. Now, a guy who is balding and he desperately is in need of hair, we have to give him hair. And why are you standing in between the patient and hair? Why? So now people are propagating myths, and this needs to be broken. And the society actually needs to understand this, कि गाली देने से काम नहीं चलेगा. आप अपने learnings को improve करो. आप सीखो. Because if you are taking responsibility of someone, कि I'm mentoring your journey, you should be equipped to mentor the journey. You should have that skill set. If you don't have the skill set, just making fool of people by just giving different names to the same technique is not going to work anymore. And you cannot just say this is old technique and we don't do and all that stuff. Improve the skill set, work on yourself. That will be good for you in long term, and that will be good for the patient also. Please, we have some responsibilities towards the patient. We have some responsibilities. Now, another important thing is, see, it is easy. I mean, for a surgeon who gives this medicine, and this medicine does, I mean, sometimes even patients come to me who had very much of thinning around the scalp, even in the crown area, even in the frontal area, and they just had the medicine and it filled it up. And in those cases, today also we are operating 2 such cases who had actually started taking the medicine before surgery. And 6-7 months they took finasteride and they are pretty good. Yeah, very good. But small area is left now, and small transplants we are doing. But somebody who, 6, 7, 8 months back, when they consulted, and people told them we'll do 5,000 grafts and we will give you this medicine also. So they were smart enough. They started the medicine, didn't go for transplant. Now they need very small numbers. But the problem with medicine also is dependence
It's little
potential side effects, and tolerance. Now you will find a lot of studies where it is clearly shown that even less dose,
Yeah,
0.2 mg also works.
works
But then why? What is the urgency to give 1 mg per day?
per day.
Because is it really you who needs the medicine at that dose, or is it
Yeah.
the surgeon who needs the medicine at that dose?
Right.
Because now, everyone is just crumbling under this pressure of expectation.
Right.
Patient also,
Right.
because patient has to bear the side effects of medicine, and maybe it might cut short the journey when once you develop tolerance like
Yes.
issues.
Yes.
And the pressure is on doctors also, because doctors need to give this medicine, because the results which they are showing, they have come because of this.
Yes.
So rather than working on their skill set, they are just,
Yes.
lots of them are just relying too much on the medicine. So medicine is important. We cannot just say, okay, you don't need that medicine, as happened in your case. So case to case, it is different. And situations, according to situations, we have to choose.
Okay.
We have to plan. So when we customize the treatment, we cannot just straight away, okay, you take the maximum possible treatment in form of the maximum possible dosage, and then we sit back, because we cannot do anything else now. So as long as the medicine is, you are in the comfort zone because of the medicine, you are okay. You will be happy and satisfied with the doctor. You will say, doctor did wonderful job. Now when you start thinning out, or you leave the medicine, or something happens, the doctor can easily put the ball in your court and say, oh, you didn't get that many PRP sessions, so probably that is the reason why you are losing hair. So because you were non-compliant, you lost it. See, we know that we are dealing with something which is progressive. There is no shame in accepting it. As a doctor, there is no shame in accepting it. We all should. We all should. And that's very important. It will take off a lot of load from your shoulders also. So think about it. Think about it. So now coming to your case, see, it's an intense discussion, I know, but it's important. We really need to evolve now as uh, and work as a team, doctors and the patients. Now, coming to your case, now head down, please. So now, if we see, patient has curly hair, and obviously these are there are gaps. We need to work on the temples also, and head down, please. So these might not be that many grafts, or maybe the graft acceptance wasn't good, even if the grafts were put. And maybe it is also possible that these grafts might have thinned out. They were there initially, but they grew very thin, and they just thinned out further, and now we don't see. 4 years is a big time. So 4 years is a very big time. See, these hair, transplanted hair, tend to thin out. If you haven't watched the video, go and watch this video, where you will find a detailed discussion about this. Why does it happen, and what can you do to prevent it? So now the problem here is, you want me to fill the crown, huh? You want me to fill the crown? Just turn around, please. Let's take a look at the donor. So if you see, the donor is kind of gone, devastated, completely gone. Hair also, and he has curly hair. So one important message here is, if you have curly hair and that much of curls are there, don't go for only FUE, or FUT would have been the ideal surgery in his case. And now if we see, if we try to extract something from here by FUE, first of all, another important point. See, most of these grafts are single unit grafts, leftover grafts, and most of the grafts have been already taken out. So that means only single unit grafts are there. So when you do FUE, you actually consume a big chunk of your multigrafts also. So they look good for the first surgery, but second surgery you don't have much area donor left. So I can do a strip surgery here. Elasticity is pretty good. I can do strip surgery even 3 times and make full use of this much area. So what will happen? So this is the thickness of area which I'm going to use in 3 FUT consecutive surgeries. I can use. I have option. What will happen if someone takes out FUE, all FUE remaining here from this portion? You will have this big empty space. Obviously not possible, not good. What will happen with FUT? A very fine line. So you can see such cases, and all the photographs which are being shown to you in repair cases where FUE was done and then we did FUT. You can see how the scar looks like, and see FUE is not a scarless surgery. Okay, not a scarless surgery. So gone are the days when people just blame a particular surgery and do all this stuff. Okay, with this FUT now we are, maybe I'll tell you around
Yeah.
1200.
Yeah.
So only 1200 grafts around we can take out. You will find people who will take out 4000 grafts by FUE also, by FUT also.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not done, and still everything will be done through what you call 1 mg finasteride per day. So be aware of this. We have some beard, we'll take out some beard grafts. We can fix this up, we can fix the temple. I would advise you not to go for the crown at this point of time. We can do another FUT later on after maybe 1 year at that point of time, but it's again your choice. If you want, we can do that, but still my recommendation would be to go for this portion. So those people who think that they have to cover everything from front to back and someone can cover this and all that stuff, it's high time now you check your facts, see all the videos which are there on our channel. You will have a different perspective of looking at things which you might not be even aware of. So that's it, and I really thank you, Rowdy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing the experience, and
Yeah.
let's hope we do deliver something to your
Yeah,
expectations,
definitely.
but
Yeah.
yes, have realistic
Yeah.
expectations. Okay.
Actually, I am also very glad. Like, I had a positive conversation, regarding this discussion. It's very rare that, we get such discussion happening and someone feels so positive about it. Yeah. So,
See, the thing is, whichever way I can make your life easy with whatever limited resources we have, my goal is to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, I'm telling you, we have to be smart to understand all these things, and we have to raise the level, the bar, raise the level of consciousness. And when I do a surgery, next day also I think that, okay, what better I can do next day, what better I can do next day. That's how you improve. If you have questions, you can ask in comment sections, and share your views if you have some experience of surgery, and if you want to share the knowledge, share the emotions, and I- I'll be more than happy to answer. Okay, thank you, and subscribe the channel. Don't forget to press the